children, how are you all? I'm Palak and today I'll tell you a story. Today is all going to be a nitty-gritty session, but maybe I'll upload a little story, a part of the nitty-gritty session, so that I know nitty-gritty sessions are coming a bit more frequently rather than stories, but nitty-gritty sessions are also important because I share my learnings and you understand them, because like these learnings rather than stories, it gives us gyan, how to live in life, what are the ways we should live in life without jealousy, how should we live. It tells us that. And if we do not know that, we can just keep on listening to stories. Will that look nice? Stories and stories and stories and stories. You'll just get morals, no gyan. Okay, morals only mean gyan, but by listening to this gyan and listening to stories, by listening to these kind of things and stories, there's a big difference. Stories are like comedy-ish, happy, they have climax and everything, and they even have a moral. But this is a simple way, it's simplified into small parts. Okay, this is fully done, but it's simplified rather than adding all of those Indra came, did all of this and that. They just put all the gyan, that's it. All these stories have gyan. Okay, so let's start with our Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha. Okay, guys. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Easy, right? Now let's start. Today we're gonna do bum bum bola, bum bum bola, bum bum bola, bum bum bola. Okay, bum bum bola. Come on. Now repeat after me. Bum bum bola, 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 bum bum bola re e bola. Nataraja, 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 Nataraja re e bola. Speak with me. Ati Natanasila, 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 Natanasila re e bola. Mrityunjaya, 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 Mrityunjaya re e bola. Atirudra Maharudra, Atirudra Maharudra, Atirudra Maharudra, Atirudra re e bola. Bam bam bola, 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 bam bam bola re e bola. Easy fun, right? Let's start with our excuse me, nitty-gritty session. So here, let me just open the book. Let's discuss our quote of the day. We did not discuss, right? So I think so. Our quote of the day was success is not final, failure is not fatal. Give me 1 sec. I'll just get the quote. So what was that quote was like when we have learned like very little, we think we have learned a lot, and when we have learned a lot. No, when we have learned a lot, we think we have learned very little. So in the first one, that means you do not have trust in yourself. But in the second one, you're not even realizing how much time is passing by, how much you're learning, but it's all going on. Because when you're learning very little, you think you're learning very a lot. Like I learned a lot today. I'm done. And when you learn a lot, you think, oh God, it was only 5 minutes me learning. You feel like that. So the first one is showing negative. The second one is showing positive. So today, I will explain you that quote. You will explain yourself that quote. Okay? So today, because that is a very simple quote. Why do I need to explain you? You'll understand it. Because this quote, I cannot tell to you. You have to understand it in your own mind. I cannot explain you this quote. I know the meaning of this quote. I can understand the meaning of this quote. like whenever you learn a lot, like मतलब आप बहुत ज़्यादा सीख रहे हो, but when you think you learn very little, तो मतलब आपको लगता है कि आप इतना कम सोच रहे हो, और जब भी आप बहुत मतलब ज़्यादा काम करते, जब भी आप बहुत कम काम करते हो आपको लगता है कि आप ज़्यादा करते हो, है ना? Don't you feel like that? Like especially like you can say yourself only. You're like, Mama, I'm studying today for 1 hour. And you only study one page and you're like, what has been 1 hour me studying this page? I learned a lot. I'm done. Close the kitab, khatam, over. What is this? And when you learn a lot, एक किताब हो गए, दो किताब हो, दो तीन चार पेजेस हो गए, 5 पेज हो गए, 6 पेज हो गए, 7 पेज हो गए, 8 पेज हो गए, पढ़ लिया और तुम कह रहे हो उल्लो, मैंने तो एक चैप्टर भी नहीं कंप्लीट कर पाई और 1 घंटा हो गया. This is how you feel, right? I'm showing an example related to this quote. So now you've got an example. You must have gotten a meaning. I cannot explain you. Really, I do not know how to explain you this. But your mind knows how to explain it to yourself. Get it? I gave you an example. Now your mind will explain it to yourself. Okay? To you. So today's quote is, once you stop learning, you start dying. Again, I'll repeat it. Once you stop learning, you start dying. And it's by Albert Einstein. You know him, right? He was such a famous person. He was so good at science and math. There's a lot of facts with him. So today I'm going to give you one activity. It's very difficult, but I have the trust that you can do it. We have to kill gossips just for a week. Gossiping like, you know, your mother is so strict. She always keeps on screaming at you like that when the person is not there in a room. Example, this is me and this is my friend Maria. Hi Maria, what is your name and all of that. And now we start talking about her friends. You know, Sasha is so mean. She's not in the room, and whenever a person is not in the room and you're talking about something about her, whether it's negative or positive, it's gossiping. Okay? So, just we have to kill gossips. Gossips are like talking about other people who are not inside the place who are not with you. Okay, you know the people, you're talking about them, but they're not with you. They're not with you. They cannot listen to you. Okay. So now we have to kill a gossips for a week, just for a week, and even we have to write down the demons which we have to destroy. You know the 3 demons: jealousy, ego, the worst of them, and angry, right? Oh no, selfish, jealousy. There's so many demons. They're not only 3. That I can tell you as many as you want. Jealousy, ego, anger. Then you can say greediness, selfish. There's so many demons. I don't know how can I explain them. Choose one: science or God. This will teach you. Choose only one: science or God. Okay, so in this I mean, like, you must be thinking like, oh, people who like scientists, right? I'm not telling bad about science. I just wanted to choose one. Do you choose the spiritual world, the spiritual way how the world was formed, or the scientific way the world was formed? If you're like very interested in science, I think so you will choose science. But if you're like between like you're a little bit devoted to God, I don't know what will you choose, but if you love God a lot, for sure you will choose God. Okay, but I know this is a bit different from the topic, but yes, there are some things like that. So there are 3 demons. We can now change it to 7 demons. Now there are 7 demons: jealousy, selfish, ego, greediness. You can say even selfish. 5 demons. Now let's make a 6. Mean, and 7. Very you can say like very unhappy in life. jealousy, ego, greediness, selfish, unhappiness, selfishness, selfish, and like, okay, they're not 7. We can, let's simplify it rather than adding unhappy and very mean. Yeah, mean and unhappy. We can just put like 5 demons: selfish, ego, greediness, and you can then say selfish. Okay, in 5th one, put unhappy. Okay, these 5 are the worst demons in the world, and ego, the king of them. King of them. So we have to destroy all these 5 demons so that we are pure inside our heart. Just try it for a week. After you're done for a week, try it again. Keep on trying, and one day you'll literally forget about that, and it will become your habit. You can, like, whenever you try to be mean, you'll be like, I'm so sorry. You will not be able to be mean. Okay, let's start now. So let's start with our guru. Okay, a guru is a person who brings you close to God. He brings you close to God. All things around us are gurus. All things around us, whatever we can see. Example, an animal, it's a guru. Example, this, it's a guru. Okay, I'll tell you some examples which I know. So whenever, like, a snake is a very good example. Venomous snakes, you know na, which are poisonous. So that venomous snake, whenever it bites somebody, its venom all comes out. That means all his demons are, it all comes out, and his venom gets over. That means all his impurities come out. They get finished. They get burnt, which makes a snake a guru. One king observed this, and I want you to add this as a homework. Compulsion to do it. Who is the king who observed that these all people are gurus? Wasps, spiders, caterpillars, arrow makers, honeybee, ants, fish. You know, ant की मुझे लगता है आपको कहानी पता हो गई. I think you know the story of the ant, don't you? There's one ant, like, she works hard, and there's one lazy grasshopper who sleeps. It's in Hindi, right? Try listening to them if you understand Hindi, or you can put on the captions and listen to them, or like look at the subtitles and see, like that. So hopefully you get it. So that is what ant is a hard worker. She keeps her aim. Like, the winter was going to come, so she was gathering food, and she was well prepared. She was before only ready. That's why you should always be prepared. Arrow maker. An arrow keeps on making arrows, and one day reaches his goal, right? Like that. Now I'll not give you all of them. Why should I give you all of them? You also need the gyan now. So today I'm going to leave you. You think, what can these people do? How are these animals or insects gurus? Wasps, spiders, caterpillars, honeybees, and fish. I told you ants, snakes, arrow makers. Oh, even pigeons. Okay, pigeons. Add pigeons to your list. You have to find all of these. And this is the compulsion. Who was the Raja who observed as all of these things as gurus? He observed more than these things gurus. And then what do we learn from these animals or insects? Okay, and how do they become gurus? What are the learnings which we learn from them and they become gurus? Now let's do 2 more things. A few verses and 2 bhajans, okay? Let's send the one bhajan. I'll just tell you. Let me open it. Let's start with the Mahasasuram Mardini Stotram. It's a stotram, not a bhajan. There's one bhajan which I have. It's the Matrastavanam bhajan, but we will do the next time because we even need to know the proper tune. So I need to find out the proper tune. So let's start with that, okay? So Aigini Nandini Nandita Mandina Vivasa Vishwavundini Nandutte Girivara Vidhaya Sirrodina Nivaseni Vishnu Valasini Jisnu Nunute Bhagavata Se Siti Kantha Kutumbini Burikam Kutumbini Burikrutte Jaya Jaya He Mahisushara Mandini Ramya Kapardini Salyastuste. Okay, let's chant. We chanted the first verse. There are actually 10 verses. So every class will chant one verse because it's very big. Let's chant it. Let's now leave it. Okay, so I will have the verse 54 and 55. So let's do it verse 54, okay? Only 54. Because like the class is also going to get over now. It's only a 17-minute class max. 16-minute class. So now we cannot do this, okay? So I will add this in the next classes session, okay? Hopefully you enjoyed and okay, you understood a lot. So let's sum it up by closing the prayer. By the closing prayer. Honesty, one thing, honesty is the best policy in the world, okay? So let's start with the closing prayer, okay? Close your eyes, join your hands, cross your legs. Om Sarvesham Swastirbhavantu Sarvesham Santirbhavantu Sarvesham Purnam Bhavantu Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavantu Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Bhag Bhavet असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम।